Hey Virgo! Welcome to your love reading for September 2019 and welcome back to my channel, Luna Sync Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. I do love readings for each sign for each month, and I also do pick a card readings. I have already shuffled your cards and I laid them out here for you to see. In the position of you is the moon. In the position of your love interest and what they are contributing to the connection in September is the Knight of Cups. In the position of the combined energy is the Eight of Cups reversed. And in the position of what needs to be understood and integrated is the Five of Swords reversed. So in the position of you and what you're contributing to the connection is the moon. And the moon is often about secrecy. Sometimes people read it as deception. But more generally, it's about not having all of the information. So something is sort of hidden. There is information that is not available to you at this time. So there's an air of secrecy here. There is a lack of clarity, I would say. This is you and what you're contributing to the love connection in September. What your partner is contributing is the Knight of Cups. This is somebody who takes action around their emotions and around the love connection. This person is rushing in or rearing in. Look how the horse is sort of like rearing on its hind legs, ready to go, like charging in with an offer of love. Or, you know, some sort of taking care. The Knight is very sensitive, very creative, very artistic. So it's like the quintessential knight in shining armor coming in to take care of something that needs to be cared for, or coming in to save the day, or coming in to save you in some way. And again, it's somebody who is making an offer or a profession of love, or really has their heart on their sleeve and is willing to take action around their feelings. And then in the position of the combined energy is the Eight of Cups. So when you two come together, or the result of the energies combined, is this feeling of like, do I stay or do I go? Do I stay and give this one more try, or do I walk away from this situation? And then in the position of the Five of Swords reversed, or in the position of what needs to be understood and integrated, is the Five of Swords reversed. And this is a card that speaks to reconciliation and past resentment. Like something has happened between you that wasn't so pleasant, and there are feelings to resolve around that, difficult feelings. And there is a reconciliation that needs to occur in order for these feelings to be resolved, basically. Let's pull some clarifying cards here. Let's work with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. How does your love connection in September feel about you? What do they think about you? How do they feel about the connection? What's going on in their head where it comes to this connection? Their head and their heart. You're looking at the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, and then the Tarot of Sexual Magic is, I think it's by Los Garibo, but I'm not totally certain. I've seen different authors on this deck. So how do they feel about you? What are they thinking about this connection in September? Whoa, here we go. It's the Seven of Swords. Wow, I don't think I've ever pulled this one before. Here we go. I'm going to put this I guess I'll put it over here. Let me check to make sure you can see that. Yep. The Seven of Swords. In this picture here, or in the card, the imagery in the card here, we have a man who is, well, two couples, or a couple that has turned their back to one another. The man, we can see him full on. He's sort of bent over. He has his chin in his hand, and he looks like it's a posture of sadness. And then she is looking out the window at this horse in the pasture. And so she's sort of like also not connecting with him, gazing off into the distance. And there's a lack of connection here, even though they're both naked. They're in a bed. So it seems like they are intimate with one another. There's a lack of sort of, they're not on the same page emotionally. He's feeling pretty sad. She's not paying attention to the way that he's feeling. She has her back turned. And this is how they feel about the connection in September. I get a sense that they feel like there is some distance between you emotionally. Like you're on different pages emotionally. And then let's get a look at how you feel about the connection. You have the moon, so either you're feeling like you don't have all of the information that you need, or you're keeping something back. You're holding something back, some information back. How do you feel about this connection in September? Oh, the King of Wands. Lovely. So the King of Wands is at the top of his game. He is a leader. He works with others very well. He delegates to others very well. He has a vast network of support, and he knows how to leverage his network in order to accomplish his goals. The King is the most positive manifestation of the wand energy. And in this picture here, in the tarot card here, we see a king with a crown on his head, with a cape, embracing this woman, putting his cape around her and embracing her. His eyes are closed. It's a very thoughtful and meaningful embrace. And it looks very loving and very like soulful. So the way that you're feeling about this connection in September is that either this is the way that you want to be loved, or this is how your connection is making you feel, like the King of Wands. That is really interesting. There's some divergent stories happening in this reading right now. So let's pull some clarifying cards. It's like your partner is coming in to support you emotionally in some way, or to make a love offering, take action around their feelings. And yet the way they feel about this connection is that there is actually an emotional disconnection. So I wonder if there isn't some sadness where you're concerned, and they're coming in to support you with that emotional state that you find yourself in. Maybe they're not feeling that themselves, but they know that you are, and so they want to take some action around the way that you feel. That was like 5 cards, so I'm going to put these back in and shuffle. Let's get some clarifying. Oh gosh, my hands. Let's try again. Let's get some clarifying cards about... Gosh, I want to clarify the whole thing at this point. Around your partner. What are they coming in with? What action are they taking? And what about this disconnection? This emotional disconnection, or this grief and sadness that we see at play when they think about your connection? I do see that there has been something. There's been some sort of conflict, and there's lingering resentment. Ooh. Clarifying your partner in September and the way that they feel about the connection and the action that they're taking is this card, Exhaustion. And in the traditional tarot deck, it's the 9 of Wands. Let me pull this down so you can see it. Looks like that. And the 9 of Wands really speaks to carrying a heavy, heavy, heavy burden. And being very close to the end, but feeling very tired. And at that point where you're considering, should I continue? This is really so heavy, and I'm very tired. And the advice always is to urge the person on because they're so close. It's the 9, so it comes right before the 10. The 10 is the when you reach, you can put your burden down. You reach the end of that period of exhaustion and burden. So your partner is, I don't know, I feel like maybe they've been carrying a load here in some way. And they're getting pretty tired, and they might be reconsidering, like, should I continue with this or should I let this go? Because we see that same message repeated here with the 8 of Cups. Do I stay and work on this, or do I leave it behind? And that's in the position of the combined energy. Let's clarify you in the moon. Like, why did the moon come up for you? What is this secrecy or this hidden thing that is at play for you in September? This thing that you don't have all the information about, maybe. Oh, I'm just going to take this one because it plopped right on top of the moon. And we have aloneness. In the traditional tarot deck, sorry, let me get that straight. This is the Hermit. The Hermit goes off and seeks inner wisdom. And the Hermit acquires that, or attains that inner wisdom through a period of solitude. It could be that you are maybe not communicating with your partner right now. They want to come in and communicate with you and tell you how they feel. But it could be that there is a period of separation or distance between you. We can see there's an emotional distance for sure. And it could be that you are just spending some time looking within and deciding what it is that you want to do, or how it is that you feel, what direction it is that you want to take. All right. Let us pull a medicine card because I want to give you an approach. How can you approach this situation in September? What is the advice that will be most relevant for you in navigating this relationship or connection in September? And it's the frog. Frog is about cleansing. I do sense that there is some sort of emotional cleansing that's going on for you. It's in the reverse, so let's read that contrary description. Frog slipped in the mud and is lying on its back, unable to right itself. Get ready for more mud in your eye. The contrary position of frog can denote an unwillingness on your part to wipe the mire out of your life. Mud can turn from mire to bog to quicksand if you don't recognize its effect on your present situation. Is someone draining your energy? Are you allowing yourself to ride down the tubes with them? Have you tried to settle someone else's quarrel and gotten in the line of fire? Stop. Recognize what it is that is mucking up the lily pond. Swim with frog. Frog's bug eyes see it all. Dive deeply and then hop to the next lily pad to catch the sun. In this way, you may see exactly what has been draining your energy. At times, all of life's activities can be overwhelming, and everyone occasionally needs a break. Contrary frog can signal one of those moments, but can also portend a time of feeling waterlogged. In feeling waterlogged, you may be dealing with too many emotions or feelings. This is to say that the world is too much for you, or too much with you. The world is too much with you, or that you have immersed yourself in one idea or activity to the exclusion of all other facets of your life. If this is the case, a break from your routine is suggested. Hop to other lily pads or visit other ponds for a while. Negativity is drawn to you when you refuse to give yourself the time and space needed to assume a new viewpoint. Frog in the contrary position is an omen that you are courting disaster if you don't stop and smell the lilies, eat some flies, bask in the sun, and ribbit until the rain comes to refill your spirit. Interesting. So in this description, they spoke of feelings of exhaustion and overwhelm, which we really saw over here with, well, the exhaustion card on the part clarifying your partner. And that description spoke of negative energy, like just feeling waterlogged with emotions or negative energy, and taking a time out to refresh your spirit, to cleanse and refresh your spirit. And that could be that is exactly what you need to do, or it could be that that's something that you have done or are doing. It does seem like somebody is making a decision about this relationship or about this connection. Should I stay or should I go? And that there was some sort of conflict between the two of you that has around it this lingering resentment and this need for resolution or reconciliation. All right, let's pull a Crystal Healing Wisdom Oracle card for you. But first, let me get a sip of water. I'm so thirsty. Okay. All right, so this deck is by Judy Hall. What we really want is, just another piece of advice for you, because this does seem like a little bit of a challenging reading. You might be having a little bit of a challenging time with your love connection in September. Carnelian. That's a beautiful crystal. And it is number 7. Creativity. You have the ability to remain calm during disputes and the self-control not to follow the crowd. Courage in the face of danger comes from inner strength, not foolhardiness. Your family means a lot to you. Your sexual drive is strong. Lust or aggression has been a problem in a past life. Direct it toward creativity and raising Kundalini. Be eloquent, creative, and bold, and do not back down. Trust your intuitive perceptions. Distinction in your career lies ahead. Be a mentor. Alleviate stress and take time to play. You are a tower of strength during sorrow. Stay anchored in the present. Let go of emotional ties or outdated projects holding you back, and beware of a charismatic person. Sufficient vitamins and minerals support your metabolism for optimal well-being. There's a lot of prescriptions here inside of this one description. The frequency is earthy to high depending on the clarity. The chakra is base and sacral. The timing is Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio. And the soul path is expressing soul vitality. So maybe that's one of the keys to working through whatever this is in September between you and your connection. Tapping into your creativity and raising your Kundalini. So maybe engaging in a little bit of Kundalini yoga, engaging in whatever creative act you love to do in order to sort of get reconnected with yourself and your inner creativity. All right, Virgo, that is your reading for September 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. And also share this with your friends. Leave me a comment. I love to talk with you and hear more about how these readings resonate with you. I hope you have a beautiful September, and I am wishing you the best.